Okay. Still getting set up here. Okay. Let me know how that sounds. If the music needs to be turned down or I need to be... Essentially, music up or down. What are we going to do this time? I don't know. I guess it's up to AI Dungeon, really. I know we haven't done zombies. Fantasy setting just seems the most stable. Let's do fantasy, just to start it off. So, 1. Might do a custom thing later tonight. We did wizard, we did rogue. Yeah, Minecraft. I guess I'll be a knight. Oh, what is the character's name? How about Clood? Steve. I know why you're saying Steve. Sounds good? Okay, good. You are Clood, a knight living in the kingdom of Larian. You have a steel longsword and a wooden shield. You are on a quest to defeat the evil dragon of Larian. You've heard he lives up in the north of the kingdom. You set on the path to defeat him and walk into a dark forest. As you enter the forest, you see a large black dragon flying around above you. He looks very angry. Hello there, says the dragon. I am Clood. God damn it. I haven't even started yet and the game doesn't... What do you want? Asks Clood. The dragon laughs again and points his sword at... Okay, hold on. Alter. Hello there, says the dragon. What should the dragon's name be? What should the dragon's name be? We can change it right now. Ender. Goddammit, Aspen. Beirut? Beirut? I like it. Beirut include. Hello there, I am Beirut. And points his sword at Clood's head. Why does the dragon have a sword? Okay. Points his claw at Clood's head. Okay. There we go. Remember, you are Clood. Nah, just fuck it. What? Hang on. Clood. Ask if Beirut 1 hour, 2 hour, 2 hours wants to be friends. Here we go. Beirut doesn't seem to mind your question. Yes, I would like that very much, says Beirut. So what is it you want from me? We're here for the same thing, replies Clood. To kill the dragon. So I'm teaming up with a dragon to kill another dragon? Or did the game forget that Beirut is a fucking dragon? Let's see here. Having a dragon's help to kill a different dragon will make things... My keyboard is in a weird position, I'm sorry. Much easier. Yeah, it didn't take long for the game to shit itself, right? That's not necessary, says Beirut. But yes, we'd appreciate your help. We? Well then, I guess this is good news for us, says Clood. Let's go get our reward. Oh my god. Um... Tell Beirut the target's name. You want to get this game? It's free. It's just you play it through the browser. It's called the Great Worm, says Beirut. He has been attacking the northern part of the kingdom. Oh, so it's a dragon, says Clood. Did he not fucking know? I thought it was his quest. Can you give me a lift there? Of course, says Beirut. Why wouldn't I? We'll meet you at the north gate of the city. You walk along with Beirut as he heads toward the north gate of the city. I meant you let me ride on your back as we fly there. No need, says Beirut. Just follow me. Okay. As you walk through the streets of the city, you notice that most people don't pay any attention to you or Beirut. They just keep walking past without even looking behind them. They don't pay attention to a dragon? You'd think they see a dragon every day by the looks of it. Close that up. We need to remember that we can alter time thanks to Stabby. Thanks to Stabby's sacrifice, we can alter time. They probably don't, says Beirut. If they did, they might start paying more attention to us. No, that's the exact opposite. Beirut, are you brain? Do you have the brain rot? Do you have dry brain? I need a drink. Give me a sec. Continue walking through the city until you reach a small bridge over a river. Where to? They've seen thousands of them, attacking their town, flying overhead, stealing their sheep. There's a town called Clyton, says Beirut. Go there and find out where the Great Worm resides. Turn around and begin walking down the street. Uh-huh. Can you give me a lift? Sure, says Beirut. Follow me. Oh my god, he doesn't understand what lift means. Jesus Christ. You walk along the road until you come across a tavern. The bartender turns around and gives you a dirty look before turning away. You wonder why he does that when you could easily steal something instead of asking someone for a lift. What? What? Okay. Sure, says Beirut. Hop on my back. You fly on Beirut's back all the way to Clyton. The name of the... all the way to Clyton. Okay, and then I'll just hit enter and let the game go from there, because it needs to be told what the fuck to do. When you arrive, you see that the town is in ruins. The entire city has collapsed into itself. Buildings lie broken and destroyed all around you. There are also several dead bodies lying about. It seems like the Great Worm was successful in his attack on the city. When did this happen? Yeah, we just missed him, I guess. Great Worm attacked the city shortly after you arrived, but you weren't here when it happened. What? No, it was in ruins when we arrived. It says when you arrive, you see the town is in ruins. Who is answering me right now? Because it's not like in quotations as if, you know, like Barut's talking. But you weren't here when it happened. When you got off the ship from Nayland, you were told that the dragons had been attacked. This is like... I'm just gonna have to write the fucking thing myself. Not but 2 hours ago, by the looks of it, replies Barut. Okay, well... let's track this worm down, then. The narrator was telling me that... It was telling me that the city got destroyed after we got there, even though just before that, it showed that the narrator told us that it was already in ruins. It was like directly contradicting itself. Barut nods. He begins leading you through the wreckage of buildings and dead bodies. Eventually, you come across a large crater in the ground. A hole in the ground that used to be filled with rubble now stands empty and silent. What? Used to be filled with rubble? Look into the hole. Yeah, who moved the rubble? Did that dragon? A bright light shines from within the crater. As soon as you do, a loud noise echoes throughout the area. You quickly run away from the light and disappear inside of it. It is having a stroke. So a light shines when I look into it, and a loud noise happens. But then I quickly run away from the light, but disappear inside the light? Close eyes. Your eyes slowly open. Jesus Christ. You can hear the sounds of battle outside. Sounds of swords clashing, screams and shouts and explosions. You feel cold air blow against your face, causing you to shiver uncontrollably. Huh. Did somebody slip something into my recess? I don't know. This AI dungeon is just that. It is a trip. And you just sort of gotta hang on. You gotta take the reins sometimes, though, because it honestly makes no sense sometimes. Sounds bad outside. Yeah, well, go outside. You cautiously walk outside. You notice that the sky is dark and full of stars. There are also many dead bodies strewn about the ground. Most seem to be humans, though some of them appear to be orcs or even ogres. Some corpses are still moving, but not yours. I'm not in the mood for this, like, this twist bullshit. but not yours. I'm not a corpse. Jesus Christ, I walked outside. Some corpses are still moving. It's also not a corpse if that's the case. Some bodies are still moving. Get it straight. Christ. Find someone official looking. AI is trying its best and not doing a good job. It's doing. You spot an old man wearing a black suit sitting at a desk reading a book. His hair is white and he wears glasses. He appears to be very observant. He looks up when he hears your voice. What's going on? On here. The man looks up from his book and smiles. He waves you over. Ah, yes, I'm afraid we've been called to deal with some troublemakers, he says. I'll take you to the captain, see Captain Valat, who will explain everything to you. Where's Barut? We were just talking about him earlier, he replies. I think he'd want you to stay here for the night. You nod and follow the man out of the room. When you get outside, there are no signs of life. I guess everybody died in between that time. Continue following? It's not giving me a lot of, like, wiggle room for, like, continue, please. As you walk along the road, you begin hearing strange noises. It seems like they're coming from all directions. They sound like they're coming from underground or above you. You don't know why, but something feels wrong about these noises. What are these noises? They're coming from somewhere below us, the man answers. It sounds like they're coming from everywhere, but mostly from the northwest. You stop walking immediately. You turn around and head back towards where you heard the noise before. Okay. Call out for Barut. I'll capitalize his name because they might not know. You call out to Barut. He doesn't answer. So you keep calling out until you finally lose him in the darkness. Who's him? Then you start running again. When you reach the edge of town, the lights of several houses shine brightly in front of you. Jeez, I'm just on a fucking trip right now, huh? Stab. Mysterious. Rock. Let's see what it does with that. You quickly run forward and stab the mysterious rock into the ground. Suddenly, a bright light shines down onto you. It hurts your eyes as it burns your skin. You try to stand up but fall back down again due to your pain in your legs and feet. What? God damn it. I just stabbed a rock and then I get fucking solar beamed. Sure does like bright light. Pray to Tifu to help me in my time of need. You kneel down and pray to Tifu. A beam of light comes down from the heavens and hits you directly in the face. Your vision goes completely black and you feel like your soul has left your body. Embrace Tifu's majesty. You open your mouth and let out a loud scream. You then wrap yourself around Tifu's throne and kiss her passionately. She responds by kissing you back, which causes you to laugh loudly. This fucking game. Become Paladin. I need to fucking spell it right. Paladin. Jesus Christ. To Tifu. What about Yufu? Yufu and Eruth? You stand up and look at the sky. You notice that the sun is now setting. You realize that you can't go through with this plan anymore. You decide to leave the city behind and return home. Why does this game want me to give up? Also, alter. You realize that you are needed elsewhere and begin your search for the root. Ask. Look around. What the fuck is around me right now? Because I don't know. Chili-chan, Vincent, Nanuki, Meagle. It's all. You look around and see nothing. You hear some noise nearby, but you can't tell what it is. You also notice that moonlight shining through the trees isn't as bright anymore. So I see trees, motherfucker! You stupid fucking thing. Suddenly, you feel an intense heat in your chest, and your whole body shivers violently. I mean... Do we have the game Remember Barut? I can do it right now. Barut is... He is a black dragon. Your... Black dragon friend who has sworn to help you on your quest. You have come to Tifu and a time of struggle. Alright, well. Call out for Barut. Unstable planet, lifeblood running through you. Call out to Barut. No response. You get closer and closer to the source of this heat, but still no sign of him. You suddenly feel a burning sensation in your throat and choke up blood. You collapse backwards onto the ground with a thud. Cast healing. I'm a paladin now, so I can do this. Cast healing magic on self. They really want me to die. Take a deep breath and release all your pent-up energy. You then cast healing magic on yourself. A few moments later, you regain consciousness. Cool. You sit up slowly and look around. The room looks different than before. There's a large hole in the wall where the window used to be. There's no one here except you and the cold stone floor. Pray to Tifu for guidance. Guidance. Yeah, healing hands from the paladin. You kneel down and bow deeply, then you raise your head and look towards the sky. You see a bright light shining down upon you from above. It feels so good. The next day, you wake up feeling refreshed. Okay, sure. Search for Beirut. I'm not leaving without him, motherfuckers. You walk outside and find that the sun is gone. You think about how you should go back inside, but decide against it. Instead, you walk further into the forest until you come across a small stream. There's a bridge over the stream, and you cross it without incident. Continue search. After crossing the bridge, you continue searching. You find several dead bodies along the way. They were killed by arrows or bolts. Some of them had their throats slit, while others had been hacked apart with axes. Beirut is hard to find as a needle in a haystack right now, yeah. If only I was a wizard, I could use some spells. I could just message them telepathically or something. Tread cautiously. Oh boy. Cautiously. And I go to sleep. Night-night. Yeah. Night, Kevin. You keep walking forward, but don't make any sudden moves. You just want to enjoy the moment. Enjoy the moment? What the fuck are you on about? There's dead bodies everywhere. What is this? Want to... Also, don't tell me what I fucking want. I want to be careful. Christ. Search for clues. Hey, Spectre. You stop when you reach a clearing. A lot of dead leaves cover the ground, making it difficult to see anything at all. In fact, you can barely even hear yourself think. It's not until you stand up that you realize why the silence was so unsettling. This, I mean, I don't know. How many cliffhangers are they going to give me? Where I'm like, what do I do? It's not, what do I realize? Continue. There's a figure standing right behind you. It's tall and dark like the rest of its kind, but it doesn't seem to be wearing armor. Its face isn't human either. It seems more reptilian than anything else. Beirut? You turn around and see a black dragon lying on the ground nearby. He doesn't move, but he does twitch his neck slightly. Beirut? You ask again. He nods slowly, as if he's trying to remember something. Cast healing magic on Beirut. You quickly run over to Beirut and begin casting healing spells on him. Beirut begins to stir from his sleep, but still remains motionless. His eyes flicker open and he lets out a low growl. Are you okay? He looks up at you, but doesn't respond. Are you okay? Are you hurt? He shakes his head slowly, before letting out another low growl. This one is much louder and angrier than the last one. Who did this? It's gonna make you fucking fight Beirut or some shit. He turns his head away from you as if ashamed of what he said. I'm sorry, he says quietly. They're coming. Who? He sighs heavily and looks back towards the forest. The monsters, they came from the north. You nod silently, knowing exactly where he means. The dragons are heading south. You hope they won't come across you here. Dragons? Multiple? Lead me to them. You're fine. Get the fuck up. I give you healing magic. He stands there looking down at the ground. He walks forward slowly as if he wants to get to the bottom of everything. You follow him into the woods and through some undergrowth until you find a large group of dragons flying near a small hill. They look very angry indeed. What are they doing? I feel the dragon would have insight on this. He raises an eyebrow and stares at the dragons. Why are they flying around like that, he asks. Is it mating season or something? You shake your head. No, I don't think so, you reply. Maybe it's a ritual? No mating dragons? What a shame. Of course, I heard you typing after saying that, and I was like, yeah, you're probably going to say something about... He frowns and shakes his head. It can't just be for fun. There has to be a reason why they're doing it. You shrug and continue walking forward. Eventually, you reach the edge of a cliff, which overlooks the dragons below. Shall we? Let's just jump down on them, maybe? He smiles and nods. Come on, then, he exclaims. We'll fly over their heads and attack from above. You smile and agree with him, though you keep your distance from the dragons as you approach them. The root dive bombs while Clood rides his back towards the dragons. I'm going to correct a bunch of spelling. Clood rides his back. You quickly raise your sword and charge towards the dragons. Barut flies forward, slashing at the first dragon. It roars and attempts to swat Barut aside, but he easily dodges its strike. Yeah, we're just going in, like... have epic battle for the ages. Just have it. He swings his sword, but misses several times. As he continues to swing, the dragon begins to glow red hot and begin breathing fire at him. He screams in pain as the flames engulf him. Clood lands on top of Barrett and kicks him off of himself. What? They say he a bunch of times, but I don't know who is doing what. Who swings his sword? I do? As he continues to swing, the dragons begin to glow red hot and breathe fire at him. He screams in pain as the flames engulf him. Clood lands on top of Barut and kicks him off of himself. What the fuck? Use Braver on dragons. You jump up and land on top of the dragons, causing them to roar in anger. As you attempt to take out the second dragon, you feel a sudden burning sensation on your back. Turn around and see Barrett's sword glowing red hot. Barrett has a sword? Barrett? You have a sword? It's like a giant flame sword, like the what is it? The thing from Lord of the Rings. They ain't trapped in here with them, they're trapped inside with Clood. He laughs and points his sword at you. I've been waiting for this moment, my friend. Now let's see how you fight without a shield. You laugh nervously and lower your sword before raising it again. You charge at him, swinging your blade. Swing past Beirut's head and slice dragon behind him. The dragon turns its head slightly and sees you coming. You dodge the dragon's swipe and slash through the dragon behind him. The dragon lets out a roar as you cut through its side, killing it instantly. I've still got your back, Beirut. They're trying to make me fight Beirut. I'm not having it. He grins and waves his hand. Oh yeah? Well, come on, let's get out of here, he says and runs ahead of you. You follow after him, trying not to look at the dead dragon. Where is the worm? He stops and looks at you. What do you mean, where's the worm? He asks confusedly. You point to the dragon that was killed by Beirut earlier. He raised an eyebrow and slowly walked close to the dragon corpse. We're after an evil worm. Worm terrorizing the countryside. He frowns and shakes his head. No, I don't think so, he says. Look, what do you want me to tell you? We can talk about this later. You shrug and continue walking. Nope, I don't do that. You ask him again. Where is the evil worm? He sighs and shakes his head. It's probably hiding somewhere down in the swampy area near the forest. Don't worry. We'll find it eventually, he says. You nod, continue following Beirut. Pray to Tifu to send a helper to aid in this on this quest. You pray to Tifu for help. Tifu! You pray to the god for fighting for help on this quest. The dragon is dead and we have a new champion. What the fuck? Revert. Jesus. Have a new champion. What the hell? Well, I continue following Beirut. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue with this one. It knows Tifu is a fighter. What the fuck? Well, I guess to be continued. What the fuck? This goddamn game. No. You come across the swampy area the route mentioned. Jesus Christ. Guess it's overnight. Look. A paladin. So, detect good and evil. That's a good one. I could find a chaotic evil dragon with this. You sense nothing but trees and grass, nothing but natural goodness and pure evil. You sense nothing but pure evil. You quickly walk over to one tree that had a small hole in it with a few leaves falling off. It seems like the tree was just hit by lightning. Studio Madhouse for the most unsatisfactory ending. Inspect tree further. You inspect the tree further and notice there were several holes in it. You also notice the tree was struck by lightning multiple times. There must be some sort of evil being inside of it. You carefully climb up onto the branch of the tree and peer into the hole of the trunk. You can say the end again? You see a dark figure standing in front of you. It appears to be wearing a hooded cloak and holding something in its hands. You raise your sword and prepare for battle. Who goes there? There. The figure doesn't answer immediately. Instead, it begins to laugh. A foolish question! A simpleton such as yourself would never dare enter my home, the figure says. I am Clood. Actually, that's going to confuse the game. You're at the highest point with a metal sword on a lightning tree. You're right. Call the route over. You call Barut over and he comes out from behind the tree. I'm here to help you, he says. Good. Let's take this guy on. You both charge at each other. Barrowroot, that changed his name, swings his sword wildly while you swing your blade back and forth. Your blades clash against each other, sending sparks flying everywhere. You both manage to cut through the air and land on the ground. Sounds cool, but let's change that up a little bit. Barrowroot swings his tail wildly while you swing your blade back and forth. You both charge at the figure. Your attacks clash against a barrier, sending sparks flying everywhere. You both manage to cut through the air and land on the ground. That's a little more better. A little bit better there. Who could forget Barrowroot? He has a barrier. We know what happened last time we fought against something with a barrier. We need to find the barrier generator. You look around and see a barrier blocking your path. No, I think he has an extra life left, you say? What do you mean, Beirut asks. I don't know what I mean either, so... I think he has... I don't know, what the fuck? Is a barrier blocking your path? You'll fucking one up. This is fantasy, we're not in a video game. The game's trying to ruin its own immersion. Let's see here. Paladin. Cast some stuff. Cast Dispel Magic at Barrier. Little did I know that praying to Tifu would actually give you some useful magic to use. You cast Dispel Magic at the barrier. It takes a moment for the barrier to dissipate, but when it does, you find that you no longer feel any pain. You both stand up and look around. There's nothing to do with anything. Dissipate. We'll stand up and look around. Let's... Look for figure. You search the area and find a man sitting on a rock. He looks like he's asleep or dead. You approach him cautiously and ask if you can speak with him. He grunts in response and then wakes up when you touch his shoulder. Do you know where the worm, the evil worm, is? Let's just go back and do that. Tell him about the creature and how you need his help. He nods and tells you to follow him. As soon as you do so, he disappears from sight. You walk along a rocky cliffside until you reach an opening in the rocks. Ask Beirut for help across the chasm. Yeah, he's still here, game. Don't forget about him. You quickly run down the opening and ask Beirut to cross the chasm. Beirut looks at you confused and asks what you want him to do. You explain that you need his help because he knows more than anyone else about dragons. Yes! Yes! The game is starting to make sense! A little bit. I mean, I wasn't talking about dragons, but... yeah, you follow me. Let's... continue... on. Gonna reach the end of this soon. You both continue on together. Eventually you come upon another cave entrance. This one is guarded by two orcs guarding a large pile of bones. They don't seem to be paying attention to either of you, though. Ignore them. Wait, maybe we can make friends with them. Make friends with the orc. Let's just say that they're brothers. Make friends with the orc brothers. You smile and talk to them. They seem very friendly towards you. They let you pass and tell you they will lead you to the worm lair. After some searching, they finally lead you into a huge cavern filled with all kinds of strange creatures, including several giant spiders. Ask the orc brothers their names. Let's get some more lore here. Spiders, nah, no. No thank you. The orc brothers call themselves Rook and Broom. Rook and Broom. More OO names, by the way. They give you their name, but not much else. After exploring the cave a bit more, they finally lead you to a large chamber with many doors. The door leading inside seems locked, however. Very good names. Ask. Rook. Broom. And Beirut to break down the door. There's driders. There's spiders. There's driders. You call out to the 3 orcs. 3 orcs. I'm gonna have to alter that. 2 orcs and dragon. Asking them to open the door. They all agree and begin to smash it down. Suddenly a massive shadow looms over you. It is enormous and terrifying. Cast Divine Intervention. It might be the worm. I'm hoping it is. You cast Divine Intervention and try to reason with the creature. I'm sorry I cannot convince you to leave this place, you say. But I would rather die here than anywhere else. The creature lets out a horrible roar and begins to attack you furiously. You cast Divine Intervention and a spiritual form of Tifu descends from the heavens. I'll spell check that a bit. So now we have Tifu fighting with us. Cast Divine Intervention and a spiritual form of Tifu descends from the heavens. I'm sorry I cannot convince you to leave this place, you say, but I'd rather die here than anywhere else. Everybody dance! Everybody attack at once! Better get the Final Fantasy battle music? Yeah, let me get on that real quick. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. You shout out to everyone to attack the creature. They all charge forward and try to tear it apart. Unfortunately, its sheer size makes it impossible for them to hit it. It attacks with a powerful claw swipe and a deadly bite before launching itself at you again with an even greater force. Drive. I haven't used a shield this entire time, so I'm just going to say that I have a claymore. Claymore. Into its maw. Every time you include Tifu, word she'll aggressively make out with you. I altered that further, so earlier, so that isn't part of the reading at least. You swing your claymore and embed it. It has a spelling error, and embed it deep into the creature's mouth. Its body goes limp instantly. It falls back on the ground dead. You look around and see that the other orcs have been killed or fled off. But the other orcs look on in surprise. They're not dead. Those fucking orcs are not dead. Fuck off. Give me a second. We win. All right. Where was I in this thing? Okay. Back to other music. Yeah, I guess I beat it in one hit. I just stabbed it once in the mouth. Good work, team. Thank you, Tifu, for all you've done, which is not a lot. Plot strength, please nerf. Yeah, literally takes one swipe. You bow deeply and thank Tifu for her assistance. It knows it's a girl. As you walk away, you hear a voice calling out to you. What are you doing? Leave me alone, it says. Leave me alone. Leave me alone? You turn around and see a young girl wearing a green dress. She looks like she's about 10 years old. Is this Yuffie? Yufu? It says, I gotta alter this. She says, leave me alone, exclamation point. Turn around and see a young girl wearing green clothes. She looks like she's like 15 or something like that, so let's just do that. What are you doing? Leave me alone. She says, leave me alone. What is your name? Quit stealing our loot, Yufu. Give back our material. My name is Ligru. Nope. Already wrong. Yufu, my mother gave it to me when we first met. Gave what to you? My father died when I was very young, and I lived with my grandmother until she passed away recently. Nowadays, I live by myself in a small village called Nuru. Okay. Gave this amulet. What the fuck was she talking about otherwise? Okay, okay, fine. Sure. Whatever. We killed the dragon, so we're gonna leave now. The one F that bothers me? Where's the F? Oh, the one for Yuffie? Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Yufu. Gotcha. Yufu. You nod and follow the girl outside. She leads you across a series of smaller villages, through a series of smaller villages, and eventually you arrive at an inn where several people are sitting around talking. One of them recognizes you immediately, but he doesn't seem too happy to see you. Yufu confesses that her name is spelled with 2 F's. And she apologizes. Apologizes. No, I would have had to rewrite. You can only alter the last one. It was 2 things back. Yuffie suddenly realizes that she is spelling your name wrong and quickly corrects herself. Sorry, Missy, I'm just new to this whole speaking thing. I apologize if I offended you. You smile and nod at her apology. Have a drink and buy everyone at the tavern a round. And exclaim... The evil worm is dead. You order a round of drinks and then begin to tell everyone how you defeated the dragon. So what do you think? Did it really happen or did someone make it up? Several people raise their hands indicating that they believe in your story. Cool. I guess. You continue to listen as you enjoy the company of your friends. Eventually one of them asks you a question. Do you want to go home? This catches you off guard and you almost don't answer right away. My home is with my friends. Yes, human. M2, are you I? I'll stay with you. Also, the music got to the end there. You smile and nod at her offer. I'd love to, but oh my god. I need to get back to my mission. She smiles and nods back before leaving. You watch her leave and then realize you will be able to return home soon enough. Nope, that's not what I said at all. That's not what I said at all. Your friends, thank you, Stabby, for this. Your friends all cheer and you live happily ever after. The end. There. Done. Thank you, Stabby, for letting me be able to change this stupid fucking game's decisions sometimes. Alright. That was fun. I think I'm going to call it, though, because I did an hour of streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake demo, and then an hour of this, so that's a good, yeah. Good 2 hours of streaming. It's 11:30 where I am right now, so probably gonna go get something to eat and get to bed soonish. Not too soon though. Tomorrow I can stream a few things, but I mean we'll see what those things are. I have no specific plans, but thank you guys for coming. I hope you enjoyed this this nonsense. A lot of Final Fantasy VII references in this one, but whatever, it's fun. Alright, thanks for coming.